evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday show. It's me, Late Night Tick. How is it going? Well, it has been a little while. But there's a couple of reasons for it, really. For the most part, it's because I've been quite ill recently. I had a chest infection about a month and a half ago, a little bit more than that. So you'll remember there was a period there where there was no videos, and since then things haven't been quite right. And week before last I got a cold that just wouldn't go away. And the problem with recording when you've got a cold or anything that affects your throat is that it just sounds awful. And I tried recording. I tried a bunch of times. I would give myself 5 minutes to try it out, and it just sounded awful basically every time. Except for the times where I sounded way better than usual, and I can't have those going out because, let's face it, I have to keep the status quo. I can't have myself sounding better and then not be able to reproduce it unless I feel ill, which, that would suck. But yeah, so I haven't been releasing any I haven't been recording any videos. I think I ran out of content that I had recorded last Friday, and yeah, I'm getting back on it. I'm recording again. I've been recording on the vanilla server. There's the new Hypermine modded series that will be coming out soon. There's still Agrarian Skies. I've been recording Dishonored as well. So as soon as I can fix that up, because there's a couple of things that I want to do with that, I'll be releasing those. And in order to fill my time when I haven't felt like recording, I've been playing WildStar, and I've been playing it very, very, very much. It's been out for 8 days, and I have like 3.5 days playtime already. It's nuts. Every time I've tried recording and been very unhappy with it, I've logged on to WildStar instead of trying again. Which probably isn't the best attitude to have, but it's kept me happy whilst I've gotten over my illness. And now that I am over the illness, it's time to learn how to time manage so I get to play this game, which I'm enjoying a lot. I just don't think it's very good for videos, or it might be, but I think MMOs really, really struggle to be good content unless you're playing with other people who you can bounce ideas and banter with. If you're just playing by yourself, then it's not very interesting to watch. I mean, WildStar would be a little bit of an exception to that because it's very action orientated. There's no just standing around beating on a boss for 15 minutes to just making sure that you're getting your rotation perfect. There's lots of movement. There's color everywhere. It's just crazy. So I've had my issues with the game. It's kind of very unoptimized in that certain areas will just destroy your FPS. Regardless of what you're getting elsewhere, there are certain things in the game that will just destroy your FPS, and crashing is still a problem. It's been a major problem for me. I crash fairly often, 2-3 times a day. But it's still early days for an MMO. So other than that, the experience has been really good, which is surprising for, just released. There's usually issues right on the start, like with ESO, where Kat and I ran into quests that we simply could not complete at all, and that actually stopped us from progressing. And then there were rollbacks, and then there were things that were considered exploitative, and so those were taken away. ESO was a mess. Anyway, yeah, that has been pretty much my week. It's trying to record, feeling bad about it, playing WildStar. It's like my comfort food. But really, that's enough talking out of me. Let's bring onto the stage the wonderful Graphoniac.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, yo.
What's up?
Welcome.
Good to see
Good
you.
to have you here. Oh,
Thanks.
there we go. We're interrupting each other already. We're off to a fantastic start.
Right.
No, thank you very much for coming on the show. It's a great honor to have you here.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to be here.
There's more of the YouTubers that I look up to.
Oh.
Oh, we couldn't get MK, unfortunately. She was
Well,
busy.
yeah, what are you gonna do? She's kind of busy her full-time YouTubing and stuff. Mm-hmm.
That, and she completely would have stolen the show.
Yeah, she
Just a pair of
might
you.
do.
I wouldn't even get an edge in what. A word in edgeways. Oh my goodness.
She and I would end up running the show and interviewing you, likely.
Yes, and it wouldn't end well for me.
That's
I
okay.
only
We love
look
her,
at
MK.
concept and interesting.
Yeah.
So this is a quiet day for you. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm
It
glad
is.
we managed to catch this quiet time.
This is fantastic. This whole day is quiet. It's like there aren't any children in my house or something. I'm very,
What
very
a strange
blessed.
occurrence.
I know. It's very, very, very blessed to have my mom just down the road, and she takes them once a week. So they get grandma time. I get some breathing time.
Nice. And time in your hammock, which
yes.
you
Time
love
in my.
taunting us with.
I do love my hammock.
it.
Oh, that hammock though. It was the best. That was, I think, the best purchase that I made, quote unquote, for the house. Was that hammock? I've used
For
it
the
so
house.
much for the house. Right.
Yeah.
It's mine. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely mine.
Oh, fantastic. I wish I had a hammock, but if I look out the window right now, I can't see a patch of blue sky for the life of me.
Right, put one out there.
No, it's dark, see? No blue
Oh,
sky.
right.
All dark.
Well, as long as it's not raining and it's warm enough, sleeping in the hammock under the stars
Yeah, true.
sounds light.
True.
It sounds nice.
Yeah, I could deal with that.
Mhm.
I used to like sleeping under the stars.
Everybody needs a hammock though. And my favorite is the hand woven Mayan style, just because it's like sleeping in a giant hug.
Nice.
Yeah, I love
It's
it.
good that you mentioned hugs, because we will be getting onto those.
Oh, I like hugs.
Yes, yeah. You
I
have
think
a history with hugs.
I might do. Yes, that might be a thing.
Just a little bit. You're very much a lady of causes.
Oh, thanks for putting it that way. It's really sweet.
If we go back through just your public life on the internet, you've almost always tried to support something, and that's always come through very clearly. You're very passionate about that.
Thanks.
And one of the ones that I really want to talk about right up front is Altcraft, because it is actually one of my favorite things that you've done.
Oh man, I love Artcraft.
I don't know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
seems like such a simple thing, but
And-
it means the world.
And it's so needed.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not really a charity person myself. I never have been. But it is actually one of the few causes that I have given to, and it's only because of interaction through you.
Oh.
So you facilitated that. But
Oh, I'm all blushing and spinning in my chair.
just sort of, yay.
I don't know what to do with myself. It kind of makes me just wanna. Oh.
But how
How
did you get involved with that in the first place?
Well, as you know, I'm a streamer, and
Yes.
I've wanted to do a charity stream for a while, but I wanted to wait and find just the right one, the one that fit me. And I was really hoping to do something to support the part of the community with autism. And then there's a lot. There are a lot of people in our community that either have autism, or their child does, or their a family member does. And so this is as I'm watching Twitter and I'm watching YouTube comments, it seems to me that it's a very, very important thing to this community. And so it's important to me too. I've got a lot of friends with autism or Asperger's or other
something neurological.
Right, something neurological or just the inability, like social fears and stuff. So there's the whole I guess spectrum. I don't. It sounds not quite the right word, but the whole community just is very, very important to me. It's always been very dear, and so that's a thing that I've always wanted to do. I didn't know how, and then
Okay.
in March, it was my birthday month, and so I wanted to do something special for my stream, and that was it. I knew that was it. Everything fell into line. I did a little bit of research. I found Autcraft. I talked to Autism Father. He's an upstanding guy. He's also the father of a child with autism, and just talking with him about the server and about the kids, just fell in love. The work that he does... is just so very important, and just kind of fell into place. So that's why I'm an Autcraft backer, because the people on that server are amazing, and what they do is amazing. The kids' lives that they help and change, it's just
definitely, because it gives them a safe place to play. Because
it ends up giving them a lot of very understanding ears for when they need to talk things out. In a place that is otherwise hard to find. Yeah,
because I mean you'll find that all over the gaming sort of community that because it's an escape, it's an easy avenue for people with autism to get into.
Well, and I know that one of the reasons that I came into Minecraft was to kind of escape reality for a little while. It was a stressful time in my life, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, you should try Minecraft. It's like Legos on the computer." And I was like, "Okay, whatever, I'm game." And I tried it, and I found out that I actually I decompress really well while building, and so I understand the escape, and I understand how when everything else in your world is chaos, coming to Minecraft where it's all order and things always work the same way, it's very comforting. So
I've never thought about it that way. we're getting really deep here.
Welcome to the deep end.
I've never watched that, and I really wish I could.
Oh, you should do. It's worth staying up for, getting up for. The deep end's amazing. For those who are listening and have no idea what I'm talking about, on Tuesday nights I stream with the SMB guys, some friends of mine, at twitch.tv/SMB live, and at the end of the stream every week we go and do what's called the deep end, where we talk about really deep stuff that's affecting the community, and it's very refreshing conversation. But you have to actually come to the stream to catch it, because we're not going to put it up on YouTube. It's too personal sometimes, but it's very refreshing, and it's good to talk it out with the community. You should make it.
I will try one day, because it's difficult for me because it turns me into a zombie the next day.
Yeah, that's why I'm really glad it's a Tuesday night, because Wednesday's Nana Rose Day. Yay!
Oh yeah, so we'll get back into your streaming thing, but you're also, I'm not sure if you're the mastermind, but you're certainly the instigator behind another cause. Which is the Hugger YouTuber.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah, see, I'm sure it was, but it sort of just suddenly sprang into being from nowhere.
Well, I can tell you exactly where, actually.
Okay, well, history.
Well, I'm friends with a good majority, if not all, of the people that were on Red Cubed, and back when things were starting to come to an end for them, it was really, really rocky waters. And and I was thinking of a particular friend, and she's now learned since that this whole Hugger YouTuber thing is because of her. But I was thinking of a particular friend who was having a really rough time with it, and I wanted to say something, but at that point, I was still too intimidated to talk to her, and and so I was like, okay, well, what can I do? And I know she's not the only one who's really hurting this week. It's like there's just, it goes in waves of drama. And so I was like, okay, well, what I can do then is just I don't know. I wish I could just give her a hug. And then that kind of just happened. So I did 5 or 6 hug a YouTuber things, and I was trying to encourage my very, very active Twitter community to go and share some of the love, hoping that the Red Cube guys would, catch some of that love. And then I put her name in, and then I added a few more, so it wasn't quite so obvious, but
it really snowballed.
It really snowballed. Well, when Biffa retweeted it and then did a video on it, it just exploded. Absolutely exploded. So thanks, Biffa. I tip my hat to you, dude. So, yeah, it's a good thing. If we could
have made that happen, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
We'll have to include a graphic of the hat just tipping.
Best I can do is nod my head.
That'll do. It works.
Yeah. So it was to encourage a friend, and we actually ended up encouraging the whole community. And it was super proud of my Twitter followers for that. They really took it and ran with it.
It was a huge wave throughout the community. It was massive positivity.
I still see them. I have a TweetDeck set up, a TweetDeck column set up for Hug a YouTuber, and if it's a legit Hug a YouTuber, like it's somebody saying, "Hey, Zombie Cleo, I noticed that you were having a really bad week. Here's a Hug a YouTuber, let you know I'm thinking about you." I favorite it,
Ah.
I particularly like when people go and find the smaller YouTubers and Hug a YouTuber them, because it's not easy being little either.
No, it's not.
No, it's really not. So I still go back through and favorite them as much as I can.
Wow.
They're still
really
alive.
Because you've helped to keep it alive that way.
Hi.
Because of what it is really about sharing this sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just about saying, hey, this isn't easy, and what you're doing is just providing me entertainment, so I want you to know I appreciate it. That is.
See, and that's the interview, folks, so she's just awesome. There we go. Let's take a trip down memory lane then.
Oh, this is scary. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Let me get my Dr. Pepper. Hold on.
Oh yes, we'll have to go on that as well at some point.
Oh dear.
You have a problem, young lady.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I quit for the whole month of May.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
That's the same way a smoker quits.
For the whole month of May.
So sorry, we got slightly off track there because of Dr. Pepper.
Happens.
We are not endorsed by Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper happens.
But
memory lane, let's go.
Yes. Right, all the way back.
Oh dear.
It's not actually a huge distance though. Despite all that you've done, you've really only been YouTubing for around 10 months or so?
My channel started, my first ever video, I think, was in July of last year, so I'm coming up on a year anniversary, but when I first started taking YouTube seriously, it was October 6th.
Okay. Alright, well, because you did your first... You did a single player episode. One
of them.
It was,
and I was pretty sure that's all that was ever going to be.
That was it. It was done.
Done. No more of that. Nope.
And then immediately after, the first thing you did was release the SnapEdge server videos.
Right.
And that was basically the start of your actual YouTube career right there.
Correct.
Because you were pretty prolific there.
Yes. I really was. I loved that SnapEdge server. Good people there. And Mr. Graph played on that server with me.
Right, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Aha! Surprise! I surprised the researcher.
I didn't actually notice that. I kind of actually skimmed through those.
Alright. They were pretty derpy. It was just a friend server, and I was only just putting it up to share my builds, and I didn't have really... I had, I think, 12 followers at the time, 12, 15 followers at the time, and so most of those people had already seen it.
Well, that's how... You gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
Yep.
And then you did NinjaCraft. I think that was like only one episode or two.
Yeah, it was only 2 or 3. I went from Snap Edge was a bunch of friends. We were all professional worker age, so their jobs really picked up. And the owner of the server, he entered some really tough times in his schooling, and it was just easier for everybody to kind of drift off. And since I, at that point, had fallen in love with SMP, I decided, okay, well, I'll find another one. And some friends that I'd made during this venture said, come play with us on NinjaCraft. So I went and joined NinjaCraft, and then, like, within a couple of weeks, the owner of that server said, yeah, guys, I'm out. And I said, well, let me at least take the server from you for 6 months so that the guys, we can see if we can find an owner, or the guys have somewhere to go, or what. So I worked on building that server for 4 or 5 months, and handed the server off because in that time period, actually 3 days prior to me accepting the 3 days prior to me accepting the server, I was in talks with Tango. And about a week after I accepted the server, Tango invited me to join his new server. and I was like, well, at least I only gave them 6 months. At least I said I'll give you 6 months. So
you gave yourself an out. That was fine.
Yeah. But that was a good server. It was a good little server. It was kind of short lived. One of those things that people don't really realize about small servers, especially when there's working age individuals on it, is that the server standard shelf life of a server is like 6 months to a year tops, and that one had run its course. I just jumped in at the end, so
yeah, it is what happens. So
yep,
we all have responsibilities, and they eventually take over, or something happens.
Yep,
it's just the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
But around this time, you made, or you probably knew him before this, but it only became evident in your videos. You made a friend, ZF.
ZF.
Who I feel has been a terrible influence on your channel.
Oh, he's horrible. I love him. I love him to pieces. Well, I was, at the same time that I was talking to Tango, I was still hardcore fangirling over Tango at that point, because he was the first YouTuber I'd ever really gotten to talk to directly and actually respond to me. And
oh my god.
Yeah. And Tango was saying, and I told him, one of the reasons that I liked him was his dorky humor. And he said, well, if you like my dorky humor, you need to go watch ZF. So he gave me the link, and the next day I went and found ZF, and I watched every single one of his ZF Super Minecraft Adventures. It took me, I think, a week and a half to get through all of them, but I watched every single one of them and was just dying. And I commented as I went. So partly so I could keep track, and partly because that's a thing that I try to do. When I find a new YouTuber, I try to leave a comment showing, hey, I watched your video, and I actually watched your video, not just I clicked the like button. So I commented as I went, and when I was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 from the end, ZF contacted me. And I was like, hi. He said, well, so here's the thing. I noticed that you've been commenting on all my videos, and I was going to say thank you, but right before I made this message, Tango contacted me and said, you really need to go talk to Graphoniac. So, hi, my name's ZF. And pretty much everything after that's just history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The adventures.
Yeah.
Wow.
that man had more time, we would do so much more ZGraph and so much more other things. So
ZGraph is so much fun, though.
I know. We've been trying to do ZGraph 2 for 3 months now. It's been pretty tough aligning his schedule and mine. Just the 2 or 3 times that he's managed to say, okay, I can record this week and we can get it all done. My kid was sick, or something happened and just couldn't. It was awful.
Why do we have to be adults?
Oh, I don't know.
It's just not fun.
No, but it'll happen eventually. It's just a matter of aligning the stars and moving planets.
we can all hold our breath in hope.
Yeah, okay. But until then, we at least have some moonlight, so that's that.
Yes, and moonlight is good, and we will come on to that. Because the early part of your YouTube career is kind of weird mishmash of videos and lots of directions.
Yeah, trying to figure out where I'm going.
Yeah, because you also did Redstone 201.
Yes, and that's a thing that
your skills there.
I don't want to say is dead yet because I still quite enjoy it. It's just very, very, very difficult to align schedules with people with whom I can record.
Right. Yeah.
And also those take a lot of post-recording work. And a lot of pre-recording work too, all the building and the copying and the servering. It was a lot of work. And I started those back when my baby was taking 2 or 3 naps a day. And now she's down a few naps. So my free time is severely limited.
Completely destroyed, you mean?
Yeah. I still love the concept of Redstone 201, and if I can manage to arrange with somebody to do another episode, I will. But at the moment, it's kind of unfortunately on the back burner because I don't have the time, and meeting with other people is right now it's very, very difficult. I don't have a whole lot of collabs going on at all.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but I mean we do know that things like that happen.
Yeah, it's a stage. Everything in life is a stage.
Exactly. Around this time, so we're talking about 7 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
There was an event. It's not a very big event. But it happened, and you went. And what we got out of it was a bunch of videos of you basically fangirling over everybody you met.
Hey, not a bunch. Not big. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's 6 of them.
It was great.
The best one is the It Gets Better video.
You think?
Yeah, that is my favourite.
It's my least favorite. Mostly because I was tired and rambly and tired.
You sound so excited about everything that happened. So excited that you had to write it down.
I did. I have to. That's how I think.
But, I mean, your Minecon experience has pretty much really shaped everything that has come after it.
Oh, it has done, though. It really has done. It's settled a lot of things for me, too.
Really?
Yeah, I did a lot of thinking. I did a lot of observing. IRL, I'm a lot more of a quiet, withdrawn person. I'm the one on the edge of the crowd watching and quite content to be there. So I did a lot of watching and listening, and up until that point, I didn't really know what kind of YouTuber I would be, and I didn't really know what kind of channel I would have. But I was able to settle a lot of things. I was able to settle how I would approach interacting with other YouTubers, how I would approach projecting my channel. There was a lot of things going on in my mind at that time about shaping who Graphoniac is at this point in time, and there was a lot of things that were settled, and I also was able to settle out the idea of a mini-craft while I was there, just by talking with people. But it was very, very good, and I made a lot of friends, and I was able to put faces with names of people that I'd already met online, Tango and Impulse and Cabo. So it was very, very rewarding.
You had a little adventure whilst you were there, though. It's pretty famous by now, if anybody knows about you.
It's something like 12,000 views at this point. It's my most viewed video, so I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes. Yes.
It's
I
still,
like the idea that there was a hunt that happened beforehand.
it was still, that's still my favorite video of all of my videos and all of them. So, before Minecon, Dinnerbone was the very first person Minecraft related that I followed on Twitter. I figured, hey, this is a good spot to start. And I'm really glad that I did, because he's good at Twitter. He has a huge following, and yet he still manages to interact with a good majority of them. And he's very, very approachable, and I quite liked that about him. So I'm glad that he was the first one I followed, and I stuck with him. So before Minecon, excuse me, before Minecon, he tweeted out that you could redeem this hug certificate.
Oh God, yeah.
Right. And I was thinking, oh, that's a really great way to get mobbed. And so I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking, yeah, this guy is going to end up just, his arms are going to fall off before Minecon, and he might could use a smile. And I don't know that I'm going to be brave enough to go and redeem one myself. So I figured, well, if I can do anything, this little experience, this little idea that I have will one, help me force my way out of my shy shell, and two, will hopefully give a smile to someone I really look up to. So I printed out a hug coupon, and I wrote a nice note on the inside with the exchange that we had on Twitter. He's got it on his Imgur site somewhere, so you can see. But
I have seen it, actually, yeah.
So that he would remember, who I am, if he remembered who I am. And then I brought it with me, and I thought, if I'm gonna do this, I need to commit. So I put the picture up on Twitter so that people would know, and I would commit to doing this. And then it became a hunt. I couldn't catch him. Couldn't catch him for anything. It took all day, and then I had Tango Impulse looking. Yeah, I had Tango Impulse and Cabo and JL all watching for him, and we never could catch him. And when we went to the little after party thing, apparently Dinnerbone and his fiance both were watching for me. Because when he walked into the bar that we had just decided, well, we're going to give up and we're going to sit down here so it's not raining on our heads, we were one table over from where the Mo youngsters were. So we lucked out there, really, really lucked out there, because the Mo youngsters came in and I heard Ola say, "Oh, there she is!" Apparently they'd been looking for me too. So
I'm just disappointed that he wasn't upside down.
Well, I think it's a one of those skin portrayal things so that he doesn't weird people out. Like there's this portrayal that he's right side up, but he's actually upside down.
Yeah, it's an illusion.
Yeah. So, well, I had no idea, but that simple little act of offering a smile to a developer of Mojang ended up giving me one of my nicest friends. He's just the nicest guy.
He does seem pretty nice.
He's super nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that came out of that Minecon.
Yeah, it did.
Like, you got your 1,000th subscriber whilst you were there.
Yeah, and he wore my hat. JL.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then, to celebrate this fact, you hung out with a bunch of the Minecrackers.
Yep.
Just because.
Oh, that was pretty awesome.
There are people who would kill for that opportunity. You realize that?
I do, actually, but they're just people. They're just people, and we were just hanging out. I think of that whole party, my favorite time was when I was just sitting on a bar stool watching Pyro. There was this little ring on a string thing that you fling and get it onto a hook. And
yes,
he
okay.
was very, very good at it. So I just sat on a bar stool by the hook and unlatched it and sent it back to him. And I think we spent maybe 45 minutes just doing that. Just hanging out. It's just, these guys are real people, and that was part of the how am I going to interact with other YouTubers thing. And I realized that they're just people like the rest of us. They may be super busy, they may be, hard to reach, but they get tired like the rest of us. They get worn out. They have fears and anxieties, and really, they just want to be treated with a little bit of respect.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to idolize people and put them on pedestals.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous thing.
Yeah,
It can backfire.
But as you say, they're just people.
Just
And
people.
for the most part, they just appreciate being talked to like regular people.
Yep.
I can't imagine. I mean, I go to conventions here in the UK where other YouTubers attend, and they have signing sessions.
Oh, man.
And I can't imagine that. I mean, I'm most definitely not shy. But I can't imagine sitting down and just signing pieces of paper all the time for people who don't really want to talk to you. They just want to say that they met you.
Right. Well, that was one of the things that I really liked. I've always kind of liked B00.
Yeah.
He's a pro entertainer. I mean, that man knows what he's doing. He's very good at it. But he spent so much time actually talking with his fans, that he lost his voice.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, most of Minecon, he was completely hoarse. But he still talked to people.
See, that would be my problem. I can't help but talk to people. I can't sit there and just sign things and go, yeah, thank you, bye.
Well, you would end up with a line that never quit, and you would end up with the security guards ushering you out the door because they don't like it when you take too long.
Hey, I'm the celebrity.
Right.
One day.
Yeah. But we meet at Minecon, and I'll get you to sign something.
Okay.
I'm not
in quite a long time.
Yeah, I'm not a signatures kind of person. I didn't even get any myself, but I'll get you to sign something.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's a date.
All right then.
Oh man. But so your subset, you're at about 4.5K at the minute.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So you've done particularly well.
Mhm.
And it was really fast growth.
Yeah, it was. Just one lucky coincidence after another, and a lot of hard work.
Yeah. More of the hard work, really. That's typically
Well, yeah. Yeah.
But you, very shortly after Minecon, there was a little thing that started. Not just Minicraft. We're talking about it's just a group of people who like to game together, whose most of their interaction on YouTube seems to be killing each other.
Hey.
You're setting a little bit of a precedent there.
Killing my
because you
dogs.
started out with that. But yeah, which is the Godiva Gaming. It started out as just Ladies UHC.
Yeah.
But it's kind of grown.
Oh man, Godiva is something else. The history behind Godiva is that, if I remember right, Anikidomo, MK the Worst, and I think it was Fedrin were all kind of chatting about how there are more women in this gaming community than people realize, and it would be really nice to have an actual formed community. And Aniki said, well, hey, how about a server? And MK said, let's do something with a little less time commitment. So they gathered a group of women and said, let's do a UHC. And that group of women gathered a larger group of women, and it's actually Blue Bayou that invited me at Minecon.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I met her, and she was the first woman gamer there that I was able to actually catch and say, hey, good to see you.
I play games too.
I follow you. I'm actually one of your fans, and I love listening to you. And Anyways, so she invited me to the UHC and got in, and the group is now well over 35 people, and we're more than just UHC. We actually do other collab-y things that people don't necessarily put together. So, say someone is looking to do a building game or some other collab-y thing, they'll drop it in chat and say, hey, I need X number of people who can play. And because we've got people worldwide, there's almost always somebody who can play. And it ends up being kind of a therapy session sometimes. I mean, these aren't things that I'm supposed to talk about under contract.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We'll gloss over that.
But you know, it's a women's events group, and I absolutely love that group of women. They're just high quality people.
Classy dames.
Yeah. Even if I have to kill them every, couple months. Oh, we should be having another UHC coming out this summer. I think they're recording it either this Sunday or next, so it should go live either the last weekend of June or July. I'm not really sure. I'm not actually participating in this one because I planned the last one or the one before. I'm still kind of taking a break. That was quite a lot of work. Yes, but they're actually gonna be recording here very, very soon. So whenever this goes live, people can be on the watch out for another Godiva Gaming UHC.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be another whole portion of my day.
With like 30 points of view. Actually, we did start capping it. There's up to 20 people, so that it doesn't end up being so crazy as the one that I did that had 44 people.
Yeah, that was a bit nuts.
That was a bit nuts, but we're gonna cap it, at least for now. The number is 20, so no more than 20 points of view to watch. If you decide you need to watch them all, which is crazy in my opinion, but support Godiva. Go Godiva!
I think there is a long list of all the actual members somewhere floating about.
Yes,
Somebody help me with it.
and yeah, and we have a website and stuff too. We can get you all those links for your use.
Description, the bit down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People should be looking at and reading.
Yes, please read descriptions. I mean, please.
But this is again a lot of stuff happening at the same time for you. Because at this time, you also started Minicraft.
Yep.
Which is amazing.
Oh, thank you. I love Minicraft.
Just the interaction between you and Rosie is just hilarious.
She is pretty funny. Minicraft is a thing that I do strictly for me. This is not a thing that I'm trying to do to grow my channel at all. Minicraft is just me and my daughter doing what I do together. She started playing Minecraft when she was 3, just barely turned, and has gotten pretty good at it, if I do say so myself. Yeah, and so it became mother-daughter time. I'll play Minecraft on my computer, she plays Minecraft on her computer, and I knew that I wanted to do a series with her, I just didn't know how exactly, and that talking with people at Minecon about it is how I got all of the things solidified. So basically, we play when we can, which is not very frequently because, I still have a baby in the house and I can't just go into full recording mode.
Mm-hmm.
But we do try to record a little bit together, and then I show her the editing process, and she loves seeing it up on the screen. And she's made a few little Minecraft friends, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are other YouTubers who have 3, 4, 5, 6-year-olds that watch the show with them. Like they'll sit down and watch Minecraft with their parents, their mom or their dad, and so they feel like they know Rosie, and Rosie's like little prima donna. All these fans, but
she secretly has subs.
Yeah, she secretly has subs. If I were to give her a channel, she would get more than me pretty quickly.
That does seem to be a running theme.
Yeah.
With parents who Minecraft with their kids.
Yeah.
Their kids are always going to be more popular, it seems.
Totally fine by me. She's got the personality for it. She's an entertainer. But
your first episode with her is actually your second most watched episode.
With the Minecraft, yeah.
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 Close on approaching 10k views. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It was pretty adorable. It's been a really great thing, though. It's led to a lot of conversations with her, and I can expect will continue to lead to really important conversations with her about how to behave online, how behave on an SMP server, how to interact with other people, and I'm actually in talks with a teacher who uses Minecraft and other video game and other technologies in schools, and Minecraft is going to be included in her homeschool curriculum.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so we'll start working on logic and problem solving and math and just all kinds of fun stuff.
Do you know Minecraft Edu?
Yes. Yes,
So,
I talked with them a little bit at Minecon, and they actually work strictly with schools at the moment, but they're hoping to work with homeschoolers soon, so.
yeah, because that's another initiative that I'm quite interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I actually only really learnt about them when QCraft was released, which was fun.
Yeah.